Alrighty guys, so I wanted to make a video today finally on Excel sheets. If you've watched any of my more recent videos, you've probably heard me say 100 times that over this winter I've been working on systems and making Excel sheets and getting more organized. And this video is finally centered around some of the systems that I've been putting into place and organizing. The main concept of this video though is getting your financials organized. For a couple different reasons. Creating a profit and loss statement. There's a bunch of different reasons for doing that. For one reason could be showing investors. Mainly, in my case, is really just for me to look at and see what I'm spending money on, where I'm making the most money, and since I'm in these early stages, kind of figure out the path of my business. Another reason too for me is getting my financials straight or in order or organized where I can give it to an accountant and they can see all the information and choose what is best for me. So, since we're diving into profit and losses, our income and expenses, some of the different types of income that I have, it is really just two types. There's reoccurring and then one-off. The reoccurring income is mowing, the garbage route, and then also plowing. And just to give quick examples of some of the one-off things are like pressure washing, painting somebody's house, trimming hedges, making a landscape bed, cleaning out somebody's house. Those are more of the one-off stuff. Now that we have that out of the way, one of the first things that we're going to jump into in showing how I organize my income and expenses has to do with the expenses. If you see this here, this is actually a little satchel that I bought. There were some nicer ones. They have like some leather ones and stuff. I actually bought this one because of this clip here. You can put this on the passenger seat in your car, either on the front of the seat or the back of the seat. And what it contains, this thing's really awesome for a bunch of different reasons. Anyways, the reason that I'm focusing on today is because I keep two folders in here. One of them is for all of my receipts, labeled it all receipts. And what I do is I have this with me, and anytime I go out and I have to buy something, or when I go to the landfill during my garbage route, they give me a receipt and I put it in here. And then what I do actually is at the end of the month, I take all the receipts that are in here and I go over and I put them into one of these three expandable folders, I guess you'd call it. It's like an accordion. I'll show you. It expands out. It doesn't. You don't have to get something like this, but this is just what I got because it's easy to store. But once I have all the receipts in there, I then go ahead and I separate them by department, which I said there's three of these. One for garbage, one for painting, and then one for lawn care. And all my services will fall under one of those. Then once it's in there, I separate them by expense type. This one's for garbage removal. There's actually not a whole, I probably should have grabbed a different folder. I put garbage removal and miscellaneous. So just for example, all my landfill fees, I put that in one part. Equipment, repairs and maintenance, fuel, and then I have an other section. And then for the miscellaneous, office supplies, advertising, clothing, insurance. So that would be something I'd recommend definitely talking to like an accountant about. Talk with your accountant and say, hey, how would you like me to break up these expenses, or what would be the best way? I kind of just went based off of what TurboTax, how they break it up, and that's kind of how I broke it up, and more specifically to do like with my business. So that'll be all dependent on what either your accountant wants or how you think is best to split it up. But that's what I do. So at the end of the month, I will, like I said, take the receipts that are in here, organize them, and then I will actually upload them to the spreadsheet, which I will show you later on in this video. Now, as for income, starting with reoccurring, if you saw here, these are the timesheets that I have. Right now, this is for garbage and plowing. Also, if you notice, this is hand-drawn because my printer ran out of ink, so I just traced it from the last one. But anyways, garbage is really easy. It's kind of, I every month it's the same. As long as nobody has left my service or nobody new has joined, it's the same amount every month. I'll bill them, but I'll be able to look at who's paid me and who hasn't, and that's how I keep track of my income. Really easy for that. For plowing, I will have to go through and bill everybody based on the number of plows. I have another spreadsheet for that, which I will do in another video. I can't do all this in one video, it'd just be way too long. But yeah, so I will figure out the amount of plows and the amount of money per plow, put it in the spreadsheet. It gives me a total. I bill them, but I don't mark it as income as soon as I bill them, because you don't always get paid by people. Most of the time you do, but sometimes you don't, and sometimes people might forget, and you might forget. So anyways, what I'll do is I will bill everybody for that month, and then actually when I do all of that, I will then look at the previous month, and I will see, okay, who's paid me, who hasn't, and whenever I do get paid, in here, along with my receipt folder, I also have a payment folder. So anytime I get paid, I put it in there. Same thing, instead of putting it into the other folders, the payments go to the bank, and then I mark the person down as paid on another Excel sheet. So once it's marked as paid and deposited, because sometimes you'd be surprised you can forget to deposit the money, then it is marked finally as income. I've been paid, it's been put in the bank, it's income. It is actually there. For the one-off income, it is a little bit different. Obviously, I don't have timesheets or anything. What I do is I actually track the progress of the client. I call it a lead progression, and you guessed it, I have another spreadsheet for that. Actually, no, sorry, I don't have a spreadsheet. I actually have a binder, and I feel like if I were to jump into that, that would probably be too much information. But essentially what I do is I break down the steps that a client takes, beginning with they have reached out to me or I have reached out to them, all the way ending with the final payment has been put into my bank account. Same thing as the reoccurring. Once it's in the bank, it gets marked down on a Excel sheet. All of this stuff is done at the end of the month. The only thing that really isn't at the end of the month is when I deposit money. I typically will do that. Right now it's probably every other week, but in the busy season I will be depositing money every week. So whenever I go to the bank to deposit money, I make sure I mark on the Excel sheet, which I can do right on my phone, that the person has paid and it has been deposited. Other than that, all of the Excel sheets are updated monthly, along with, like I said, the receipts. So I'm trying to think here. I think that's pretty much all of the information I have leading up to the actual spreadsheet. I suppose now we'll just jump right into the spreadsheet and I can show you what I made and how it works. This is my profit and loss spreadsheet. As you can see right here, this is the expenses. Now this looks like a lot, but it's really simple. All these green highlighted areas are input areas. That is where I input the information. So for example, once I have put my receipts, I've taken them from my folder and I've categorized them. Now all I have to do is I open up each category, which these are the categories that are in my the folder. So in my lawn care and landscaping folder, I have sections for job supplies, equipment, repairs and maintenance, fuel, and other. So I literally just add up the totals for each one and I enter it in. So job supplies, I had $2,000 in job supplies. I don't know, $150 for equipment, repairs and maintenance, $200, blah, 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 blah. And you enter everything. And that is for the month of January. So the top here is just the months, January, February, March, April, and so on. So what happens is, down here, this is the monthly total for January. Across, this is the monthly total, this is the yearly total for job supplies, for equipment, for repairs and maintenance, fuel, etc. And then this is the yearly total for expenses for lawn care and landscaping. And then, like I said, this is just the monthly total. And once I enter all these things, this will be the final yearly total. And these are the final monthly totals for everything. This way I can look in and I can say, once I enter, it just gives me more tools to analyze. I can say, man, why did we spend this much in this month on lawn care and landscaping? Or I can look at the totals like, man, the job supplies for lawn care and landscaping was really high. Or, the monthly total for January was really high, whatever. It gives me all these different data points to analyze. And at the end of the year, I can say, wow, we really spent a lot for lawn care and landscaping. Or, garbage removal, I thought we were making a lot of money, but, our repairs and maintenance on that truck cost a lot. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, too, this is something that I can give to an accountant, and they have all of the totals. They'd probably just look at these totals here. Anyways, they have all this information. Or to a future investor. Moving down to income, similar thing. This over here, I literally just copied and pasted this information because for some reason I felt like it was hard. Since this is such a big distance, I thought it was kind of hard to see what was what. So that's the only reason this is here. I don't know if I'll keep it there. I feel like it just adds more to look at for no reason. So just kind of ignore that. Anyways, this is the same sort of idea, but it's just with income. I have all my mowing income. So it's really just by service. For lawn care and landscaping, I have mowing, bed installation, fall spring cleanup, hedge trimming, shrub removal, painting and pressure washing. I have painting/staining, pressure washing, gutter cleaning, and so on and so forth. These are all my services. I also have plowing, which technically plowing goes with lawn care and landscaping because it's just, this is winter, this is summer. They are the same department, but for this instance, I split it up so I can, look at how much money each thing is making. Same thing though. Each month, I see the total for January, what I made for this department, So here is the totals for each month for each department. These are the totals per year, per service. This is per department. The yearly total. These are the monthly totals for all departments. And this gives me a lot of information. And then once I have this information, I could create a line graph. Maybe I want to see what months I did good in, and I can transfer this information to a line graph. I can do all sorts of things. Just the biggest thing is now I have this information. Now, if this is something you want to use, I don't know if I could really, maybe I could put a link to a copy. I would say just leave a comment if you actually want this, and then maybe I'll upload something. But for now, you can see how I did it. It seems like a lot, and it did take a good amount of time to do this. You don't have to make it this fancy. I put all the different colors and stuff because I don't know, I maybe just had too much time on my hands. You don't have to do all the colors, obviously. I would recommend highlighting just the areas that you want to use as inputs. But I feel like most people will probably just have one, really all of these departments, I call them, should be their own business. And if one day I do plan on having these all be their own business. So for you, you might just have a painting and pressure washing business. So your Excel sheet would actually be a lot simpler. Maybe you'd want to break this up further. The more information isn't always the better, but I was going to say, if your business is just painting and pressure washing, or just painting, I wouldn't have it set up like I do, where you just analyze how much money you made in painting per month. I would break it up, like I said, by residential building, commercial building, maybe if you stain decks, break it up by service types or any ways that you can. So this way you can look at okay, I really make my money on commercial buildings. Residential ones, you know, it's a lot of headache and they really aren't giving me a lot of money. I think I'll probably stop doing that or stop advertising it. And then with both of these together, I can look at my totals, you know, and say, wow, lawn care and landscaping, we brought in, you know, I don't know, we brought in $120,000 just in lawn care and landscaping this year. But then we go up to our expenses and say our expenses out of 120,000 are, you know, 50, 60,000. It's like, oh, wow. Well, I thought we were making a lot, but, and then you can actually look and see, okay, our job supplies, a lot of that is just job supplies or repairs and maintenance, whatever it is. This allows you to have that specific information to make the changes that are necessary to make in order to make your business more efficient and ultimately more profitable. That's really all I have. I'm going to make more videos on some of the other spreadsheets that I have, and I might dive more into depth. Like maybe I don't know. I feel like I went over a good amount today in a lot of different systems. I was just trying to capture the idea of organizing your finances, which in order to do so, you know, required me to show you a couple of different systems that I have to get the full picture. So maybe I'll make some other videos kind of diving more in depth on the specific things. Anyways, more videos will be to come on these topics. I get really excited about this stuff. So if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like. If there's something that you want me to, if you want to see or me to go over further, if I wasn't clear enough on something, leave it in the comments. Or if there's something that you see that I could be doing that would, you know, you're sitting here like, wow, you're really overcomplicating this. All you have to do is this. Whatever it is, leave it in the comments below. Let me know. And I appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe if you would like to get updated on more videos coming out. I release a video every week following my journey, and also just videos like this, trying to share with you what I've learned in organizational tips and whatnot. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. I will hopefully see you in the next video.